Hey all you cool cats and kittens, I'm Amanda Hart. I'm here with my beautiful 2019 RS5. Our good friends Amy and Johnny started a really cool series of reviewing your own car. It's really nice with all this quarantine stuff to keep some car things going. So we thought we would switch it up and do a couples edition with Nick Owen's 5 Series and my RS5. So let's take a look. Babe, take off the VR set. It doesn't work out here. PSA, if your trunk doesn't look like this, you're quarantining wrong. Y'all should be glad I put pants on for you today. So the RS5 has been my favorite Audi since its invention. When I started working at Audi Beverly Hills 5 years ago, and I was a noob, I had some free time on my hands and would look at all the beautiful cars. Audi has it, America doesn't yet. One of those, until this upcoming end of year, is the RS6 Avant. And I found an ABV1 modded Merlin Purple RS6 Avant, and it was absolutely stunning, and I became obsessed with Merlin Purple. So this is a factory color, it's an exclusive color. You just have to specify that you want this when you build your car, but it is so beautiful. This car looks a different color in every lighting. It's overcast right now, so it kind of looks dark, but if this was in direct sunlight, it would have maroons and pinks and reds and everything else in it. It's such a versatile color. I have an M2 also. That car is super modded. This car, I didn't really have to do a lot to it, which is something that I really appreciate coming from Audi, because it just kind of comes out of the box beautiful. One of the things I did do that I feel super treated to, with the help of Wes at Elite Finishes and HRE, I was able to get these beautiful P111 SCs wrapped in some Michelin PS4Ss. So all this Quattro love and everything is just really, really shining through. I can't say enough about these wheels. They're absolutely stunning. The color against the purple is just, so if anybody's ever wanting their car to pop with a color or the type of car you got, this is definitely those. So we all know Audi's pretty much well known for their interiors and the gorgeousness inside. So a few of my favorite things in here: flat bottom steering wheel, nice emblem to remind me what I'm driving every day. Virtual cockpit is really awesome. If any of you have Audis, then you just love this. But yeah, tons of stuff. I don't use the heads-up display. It does have a time tracker on it, which is going to be great for when I finally get this car to a track. Park assist, I don't have to parallel park anymore. This will do it for me, which is awesome. But yeah, just gorgeous. This car, I have not one bad thing to say about it. It's amazing. Now, it's time for Nick Owen to take over. I'm going to turn this over to my significant other, my better half. Take it away, babe.
What is up, everybody? My name is Nick, and for those of you who don't know, I've been with BMW about 15 years, and my story with BMW essentially started back in my high school days, where my mom kind of got a 5 Series, and it sort of kind of became mine throughout high school. But the funny part of the story is it's a 1994 530i automatic, and that's basically what got me started and excited and passionate about BMW. Now, the funny part to that story is that car was an automatic, and I can't tell you, as a growing teenager who had just seen Fast and the Furious, how bad I wanted my car to be a manual. I literally drove that car to the ground. I probably popped that transmission 2 or 3 times, and I can't stress enough that driving a manual car is probably one of the most funnest things you can do. Fast forward 20 years, I've been fortunate enough to be at my dealership and seen a lot of cars come in and come out of that dealership. I can't tell you how many times I come to work and see a car that is basically untampered. It was a car that was taken care of, it was a car that was maintained properly, it was a car that was maybe even over-maintained. But this car, this 2003 530i, came to my possession back in December. This car was bought and owned by one owner from my dealership back in 2003. It was serviced primarily at my dealership. And back in December, the customer told some of us at the dealership that they were looking to sell it. They were going to replace it with the brand new 3 Series and that needed a good home. So I was really interested about the car. I got the opportunity to look it over, and upon looking it over, I was incredibly floored by what exactly I found. This car has 100,000 miles on it, And the only things I found wrong with the car that it needed was a valve cover gasket and a power steering hose. So with that said, I got to the owner and I talked to him, and after a very brief and awesome conversation, they essentially let me buy it from them for a ridiculously good price that just completes my whole experience going from high school with a 5 Series, now as a grown adult with a 5 Series that I really, really wanted. So now what I want to do with you guys is take you for a walk around of this time capsule. When I got into this car the first time, I couldn't believe how clean it was. It was raining the day it came in when I looked at it, but as soon as I opened the door and got inside and took the first smell, I couldn't believe what I was experiencing. Try and keep in mind, I was working at the dealership as a technician while these cars were under warranty. I saw these cars come in fairly often, but not for anything catastrophic, not for anything that always failed all the time. But every time this car would come in, I got that sense of what this car, what the smell was like, what they were like to get in and get out of every day. So getting back into this car, knowing the history, knowing who took care of it, knowing what it's been through, I was completely blown away by just being reminded of what 2003 smelled like. So what I want to do is bring you guys over in here and let you experience it for yourselves. The interior looks like it's never been touched. It looks like it was taken care of routinely. The leather is intact. The leather still has that great old school BMW feeling. You can take a look at the back seats. Looks like they were never used. And the secret to knowing how a car is really taken care of, especially the older ones, is when they have a complete toolkit and a complete full-size spare, just like they did back in the day.
Thank you guys for joining us on our Review Your Own Car Couples Edition. We thought you'd enjoy a little switch up and get 2 cars for 1 video. So hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe, stay inside, snuggle up, watch some movies, do all that good stuff.
Bye.